The child undergoes years of suffering without any doctor, relative, or friend ever realizing that the mother herself is the reason the child is so sick. This is what Dr. Mark D. Feldman had to say about the case of Gypsy Rose. Imagine a young girl in a wheelchair, bald head, and a devoted mother by her side. Everyone believed that Gypsy Rose Blanchard was gravely ill, battling cancer, muscle dystrophy, and countless other conditions. But none of it was real. Dee Dee Blanchard had spent years creating the illusion of a terminally ill child. The truth only came out in 2015 when Gypsy and her secret online boyfriend planned Dee Dee's murder. When the person meant to protect you makes you sick instead, how far would you go to escape? I'm Emma.
I'm Ellie.
Let's get into it. So let's cover some background first. Dee Dee Blanchard was born in Louisiana and had a history of theft, petty crime, and possible manipulative behavior even before Gypsy was born. And her daughter, Gypsy Rose Blanchard, was born in 1991, reportedly had health problems since infancy, and almost all, which is all fabricated or exaggerated by Dee Dee.
So, like, did the doctors that, like, helped give birth to Gypsy, like, did they allow this? Like,
the doctors never suspected anything. Like, they just never knew.
So Dee Dee, like, said she had these, like, illnesses, but then they didn't, like, try to, like, do actual tests on her? Like...
Well, like... they just, like... She, like, manipulated it to seem as though, like, oh, she definitely has this. And, like, she just did it so, like, she would get, like, money and, like, stuff from the state and, like, other stuff like that. It was crazy because, like, literally nobody knew. It was just... Gypsy didn't know either. Which was, like, you know... So, after Hurricane Katrina, Dee Dee and Gypsy relocated from Louisiana to Springfield, Missouri. And... Habitat for Humanity built them a brand new pink house customized for a quote-unquote disabled child. So the image that Dee Dee created was that she was praised as a selfless, saintly caregiver who had sacrificed everything for her sick daughter. And Gypsy was the innocent, smiling child who was inspirational despite endless medical struggles. And they received donations, free trips to Disney, free flights, backstage passes, charity events, and even financial aid from the community. And the community adored Dee Dee, making it almost impossible to suspect anything sinister.
Oh, okay.
Like, literally, like, since she was painted as a saint or, like, as a very devoted, protective mother, nobody, like, suspected anything. Because, like, that's what she made everybody else think.
Oh.
Yeah. So the illness, or Munchausen by proxy, is basically, like, some things that she was, like, commonly claimed, like, Dee Dee commonly claimed about Gypsy was, like, she had leukemia, she had seizures, she had developmental delays, asthma, vision and hearing impairments, and much more.
Wait, okay, so, like, nobody suspected that, like, oh, this is, like, a lot of illnesses.
No, nobody suspected anything. Like, not even the doctors.
Wow.
And so she went through, like, a bunch of unnecessary treatments, which was, like, a feeding tube, teeth were extracted, multiple surgeries, including eye and salivary glands procedures, and her medical chart ran dozens of pages long. And much of it was only based on Dee Dee's word. Like, they had no proof. Most of it was just because she said so that they did all of these, like,
Doesn't
treatments.
this just, like, prove that, like, doctors, like, also can't be trusted?
Sort of. But, like, I don't know exactly how she, like, fooled the doctors.
Yeah,
but, like,
that's what I'm saying. Also, like, this is, like, it must be, like, really expensive.
Yeah.
Like,
but, like,
was Dee Dee not, like, scared of that? Or, like,
no, because,
worried about
like,
that?
she, like, because she had a disabled child, and she got, like, a lot of financial aid from her community and stuff.
Oh.
Yeah. That's why, like, she paid for all of the stuff. Yeah, it doesn't really say how she did it. She just, like, told the doctors, and the doctors just believed her. Because, like, she was seen as, like, the mother who had to, like... Like, she convinced a lot of them. And she was like, oh... Because, like, she was the very devoted, saintly mother of the child, you know? And so Dee Dee shaved Gypsy's head to, like, look the part of a cancer patient.
Wait, so... Her mom said she had cancer, right?
Yes.
They didn't, like, make her go through chemo?
I think they did.
So she didn't have to shave her head off?
No, like... She did it so that she would look like a cancer patient to the outside world.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why... Because, like, if she had hair and she said she had cancer, that wouldn't really make sense.
Yeah, but if she's actually going through chemotherapy, it's like... Because the chemotherapy is what, like, takes away the hair.
Yeah.
So why would she have to, like, shave off the hair if it's eventually going to fall off anyway?
I don't know. Dee Dee's twisted. I mean, would you do that? Anyway. So, like, Gypsy was also confined to a wheelchair, and you might be thinking, like, oh, but she can still walk because she's perfectly normal.
Yeah.
But, like, Dee Dee made sure that Gypsy couldn't. So she could actually walk normally, but Dee Dee confined her to a wheelchair from a very young age. And she told the doctors that she had muscular dystrophy and other conditions that made walking really dangerous for her. And at home, if Gypsy tried to walk, Dee Dee would, like, physically restrain her or, like, punish her for doing so. And over time, Gypsy's leg muscles weakened from the lack of use, reinforcing the illusion that she couldn't walk.
That's sad.
Yeah. And the neighbors occasionally saw Gypsy standing or moving, but, like, Dee Dee always had an excuse, saying it was, like, rare or, like, unsafe.
Bro.
Yeah. So, you might be wondering, what is Munchausen by proxy? So, well, that was called, like, factious disorder imposed on another. Really fancy word. So basically, what it is that caregivers, like, fabricate or induce illness for sympathy, attention, or, like, financial gain.
Wait, so, like, this has happened before? Like, they had a name for it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Wait, hold on. How did it come to be? Why was
Yeah.
it named that? Why is named... Oh, apparently... Wait, is it named after someone? Oh, it's named after someone. For, Baron Karl Friedrich Herrensum von Munchausen, who was known for telling widely exaggerated and false tales of his adventures.
Oh.
Yeah, and it was coined by Dr. Roy Meadow in 1977. Yeah. Okay, so Dee Dee perfectly fit this pattern. She isolated Gypsy, convincing her she was helpless and manipulating doctors into unnecessary interventions just to, like, keep the act up, you know? So there were a few cracks in Dee Dee's story when, like, Gypsy started trying out things. Because around her early teens, Gypsy began, like, secretly testing her ability to walk and realized she could. By 19, she was sneaking out of her wheelchair at night, just, you know, because her mother wasn't awake.
Wait, but I thought her legs were, like, really weak. So, like,
Yeah,
was
but,
she,
like,
like, secretly, like, training them? Or, like...
around her early teens, Gypsy began secretly testing her ability to walk.
Or, like, was she, like... Okay, yeah.
What?
I don't know.
Yeah, she did, like... She, like, secretly began, like, testing and, like, training her legs to do stuff. And then she realized, oh, I can actually walk. My mother is a liar. So, and then by 19, she could, like, fully walk on her own. And she was, like, sneaking out of her wheelchair at night.
Okay.
Yeah. And so Dee Dee isolated her, and she homeschooled Gypsy, kept her away from all of the other kids, and often lied about her age. And even as a young adult, Gypsy was told she was much younger, Dee Dee often like claimed she was in her early teens when she was actually in her 20s.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know how people just never caught on that she was 19 for
Right.
a long time. And so Dee Dee tightly controlled Gypsy's access to the internet, phone, and even her medical records. And if Gypsy tried to question her health, Dee Dee became physically abusive and withheld food from Gypsy.
It's so rude.
Yeah. But Gypsy found an escape on online forums, and in 2012, she met Nicholas Gojon, a man from Wisconsin, with his own like mental health struggles, including like autism spectrum disorder and like reported violent sexual fantasies.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Great boyfriend material.
Right.
And so they basically began like a secret relationship, planning like meetings and eventually discussing escape and the murder of Gypsy's mother.
Mm-hmm.
So they planned Dee Dee's death, and Gypsy and Nicholas exchanged thousands of messages, some involving roleplay where he had an evil alter ego.
Mm-hmm.
Like bipolar disorder, sort of,
Yeah.
you know? And since Gypsy felt trapped in her, like, she was literally physically, like, trapped.
Yeah.
So she was convinced that this was her only way out, which was the murder of her mother. So, yeah. So she was like, oh, we should kill my mother. So they actually, like, made a plan to do so.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And, on the night of June 14th, 2015, Nicholas traveled from Wisconsin to Missouri to meet Gypsy, and Gypsy let him into the house while Dee Dee was asleep.
Mm-hmm.
Nicholas stabbed her 17 times in her bedroom while Gypsy hid in the bathroom covering her ears.
Ew.
Yeah.
17 times is crazy. Like,
Yeah.
don't you think it's a bit much?
It also takes like a lot of strength to do that.
Yeah.
Stabbing people is really hard.
You really let that alter ego out?
Yeah. So basically, and afterwards, Gypsy and Nicholas, they stole some money and they fled to Wisconsin by bus.
Mm-hmm.
And Gypsy was spotted and like seen walking freely for the first time
Yeah.
in like her entire life. So, friends grew suspicious after concerning posts appeared on Dee Dee's account. That bitch is dead. And police discovered Dee Dee's body and soon traced it back to Gypsy and Nicholas.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Weren't very secretive about it.
Yeah. How did they just not cover it up? That's like, I'm so confused about that.
Well, I guess they don't really care because, like, you know.
True.
Like, what happened. I think she was just happy that
Yeah,
the mom died.
But like, she did cover her ears. I think she just like couldn't bear like actually listening to it.
Mm-hmm.
So the aftermath and trial. So the shocking reveal was that when Gypsy was found walking, the community was like completely stunned because like they gave like so much money, lots of events for this disabled child, and wait, she's actually not sick and she can walk.
Yeah. Isn't she gonna be like charged like since her mom is like dead? Isn't she gonna be charged with all of the fees that like?
I mean, I'm not sure because technically in this she is a victim of.
Yeah. But she also has the murder, so she technically.
Yeah, so she was like put on trial for the murder
Mm-hmm.
because like you murdered your mom. So they were like, oh my god, everything we thought about her illness was a lie.
Yeah.
An entire lie. And so Gypsy was taken to trial, obviously. She took a plea deal for second-degree murder in 2016, and she was sentenced to 10 years in prison with parole eligibility after 8. Eligibility.
Wait, what's that?
After 8.
It's like you're able to like get them out after 8
Well,
years.
it's like, let me Google that for you. No, like I thought she. Okay, so basically it's like, do you know what a parole is?
Nope.
Oh, it's like, her sentence was 10 years. Like,
Yeah.
that's her entire sentence. And after she serves 8 years in prison,
Somebody can get
no,
her.
like the board considers letting her out. Like that's when she's
Oh.
first considered to be let out early
Okay.
by the parole board, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Why does my computer think I live in Pennsylvania? What the heck? If I search near me, it's like Pennsylvania.
Oh.
Why are you highlighting this? So, she later expressed feeling freer in prison than she did at home.
That's crazy.
I mean, at home, she was, like, literally, like...
Okay, wait, so, like, when, like, after all this happened and after her mom, like, treated her like she had all these mental disorders, wouldn't she, like, technically, like, start to develop them anyway? It's like, in the end, she, like, does she not have, like, I don't know, not PTSD, well, obviously PTSD.
Yeah.
But, like, is she not, like, a lot different than what she could have been?
Yes. Because, like, obviously...
Was she, like, fed meds and everything?
Yeah.
Yeah, so wouldn't she, like, slowly start to actually, like, develop those illnesses?
I don't think meds lead to illness.
Well, they, like... Well, obviously, if you, like, take them when you're not supposed to, it's gonna, like, do stuff to you.
Well, it's probably going to affect your, like, mental health.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's things called drug-induced diseases that are, like...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh.
And, like, she took, like, a lot of drugs at once.
Mm-hmm.
Because she was, like, told, like, she had, like, a bunch of stuff. But, Nicholas's trial was, like, a little bit different. He was convicted of first-degree murder since he was the actual one who stabbed Dee Dee.
Yeah.
And, like, killed her off. And he was sentenced to life in prison without parole. Like, he could just never come out. Did you know life is not an actual life sentence?
I mean... No. I mean, why else would it be named that?
It's like only like 20 or so years.
Wait,
Right?
then why would they call it that?
Because it's like you just can't leave.
Oh. Wait, but like after 20 years, like aren't you just allowed to leave?
Yeah. That's why people are like, oh, you're like sent to like, you have 3 life sentences, then you have to stay for like 75 years or something.
Oh.
You just can't leave during the time you have life sentences.
Oh.
You know?
Okay. So like you can leave after 20 years.
No, you're...
Wait, then what's the point of calling
No,
it a
you're
life
like...
sentence? Like
You're like considered if you like... They'll think about if you can leave after like 25 years or so.
Uh-huh.
Which is really weird, but you know what? And it's fine. Our government is weird.
Yeah.
Well, it's okay.
Okay.
So, obviously there was a debate publicly because this was like a huge thing, you know? Like, oh my god, the child's not actually like ill or anything. And like, so some people saw Gypsy as like a cold-blooded killer, like, oh my god, you murdered your mother. And like, why would you do that kind of stuff? Or like, and other people viewed her as like a desperate victim of severe abuse who saw like no other escape.
Right, that's what it was.
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
some people were like, oh my god, why would you kill your mother? She provided everything to you. So like, but like there was this public debate between these two sides. I actually don't know which one won, but all I know is that they did have this debate and it went on for like a while. So discussion time. So I feel like some medical takeaways is like why, like, how Dee Dee manipulated doctors was, like, bringing falsified histories. Like, it was just completely false. I don't know why they didn't question it.
It was probably actually about Dee Dee. Like,
Yeah.
it probably wasn't even just, like, it was probably Dee Dee's mental health issues. That's, like, why she did all of this.
Yeah, because, like, she was, like, seen as manipulative before, like, Gypsy was ever born.
Yeah.
And I think she was a single mother, too. Like,
that would make sense.
the guy left her.
I mean, I would assume so. If the guy was still there, I think something else would have happened.
Yeah. And so she, like, switched providers, and she used her quote-unquote motherly devotion as a shield. She'd be like, oh, it feels like, oh, this doesn't seem like, it's like, I'm her mother, I would know, like, you know, like, using that term of image. And so, you might be thinking, oh, wait, like, literally, why didn't the doctors just see through this? Or, like, why didn't the people just be like, oh, that seems not right? Which is, like, what you asked earlier, right?
Yeah.
It's, like, really hard to detect because the children are silenced. Like, if a kid ran up to you and said, hey, my mother is making me shave my head and say I'm a cancer patient
and everything, like, you probably wouldn't trust them.
Yeah, because, like, they're a child. And, like, parents usually dominate the appointments, and, like, the parents are always there. And, like, and fragmented healthcare makes it really hard to see the entire picture, like, the whole picture.
Right.
So that's why it was really hard to detect. And so the psychological impact was, like, after years of gaslighting, it left Gypsy doubting her own reality. Oh my god, you know why gaslighting is called gaslighting?
No.
So basically, like, this guy, back when like the candles actually had, like, gas and stuff, he would, like, every day he would like lower the thing so, like, the room became dimmer, and when his wife came in and asked, he'd be like, no, you're crazy, it's the same, it's like, it looks the same. So then after, like, he kept doing this for a really long time, and then the wife just didn't trust herself anymore, so he just stole her money and left her. That's why it's called gaslighting, because it started with, like, a little gas candle light thing. Yeah.
That's really sad.
Yeah. But, like, he just left her knowing that, oh, she doesn't even trust herself anymore. You know, and probably the neighbors don't trust her either because they think she's crazy. So that's why gaslighting is called gaslighting. Yeah. So, there's also trauma bonding. Despite, like, the immense abuse she received, Gypsy often expressed love and dependency towards her mother. Because of trauma bonding.
So, that doesn't sound very right.
Did Dee Dee Blanch... Oh.
What?
I just searched up Did Dee Dee Blanchard, and the first one is have diabetes. I think they're mixing her up with Gypsy. Because I think they bonded over trauma a little bit. But, like... but, like, she was also, like... abusing her daughter. But, like, her daughter also thought that... Because in her early ages, she was like, oh, I definitely have these problems, you know? Before she was like, oh, I actually can walk. My mother's a lying bitch, you know?
Yeah.
And it does say, like, there is strong evidence that Dee Dee did have a traumatic past, which experts believe may have contributed to her thing. So, like, that's what they're thinking of. And, like, she's just trying to gain attention and sympathy from other people. So, the bigger ethical question. Do you think this was a murder? Like, do you think she, do you think it was, like, an actual murder, or do you think, like, it was an act of survival?
I personally think it was an act of survival. Like, they're really, like, imagine what her life would be like now if she didn't do that. Like, she would still be in that situation. It could have been worse. Like, she could have died by now.
Right.
Like, because all of these, like, fake mental illnesses, it could have, like, just made her even more sick.
Oh, did you know Adrian actually saw Gypsy?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
You know?
Like, apparently she had, like, a bunch of bodyguards around her.
For what reason?
I don't know. Apparently she was, like, in her hotel and she came down and, like, she was literally there with her mother.
That's crazy.
She had, like, bodyguards all around her.
That's crazy.
I know. But, yeah. I also think it's, like, a kind of an act of survival, but it's also murder. Like,
obviously it was murder. Like, I'm sure there was some other way to find yourself. Well,
but, like, she was, like, trapped.
Yeah,
but, like,
not really. But, like, I feel like you shouldn't just resort to, like, murder. And it was, like, with this guy who she, like, randomly met, like...
Yeah, who also was, like, autistic and, like...
Yeah, right. Like,
had really weird sexual fantasies.
Probably wasn't in the correct mindset to trust in this situation.
I think both of them weren't in the right mental space.
Well, obviously. I mean, Gypsy, obviously, but, like, the other guy, like, how did she even find him?
Online.
Like, where online? Like...
I have no idea.
Like, dating apps? Like...
Probably. Well, probably something undetectable because her mother probably, like... Like, oh, what's this app you have here? What is this?
She found, like, a way of, like...
Because her mother was always like, oh, no, you can't use the internet or, like, whatever. Because, like, she'd probably just Google her, like, symptoms and whatever and be like, oh, I'm actually not sick. You know?
Right.
So do you think, like, what responsibilities does the medical system have when, like, abuse is missed? Like, do you think the medical system should be blamed?
I think if they were blamed for anything, I think they should mainly be blamed on, like, not, like actually testing Gypsy for, like, the illnesses Dee Dee claimed that she had. Like, I feel like just trusting Dee Dee was, like, probably not the best idea.
Right.
And, like, if she was, like, known for, like, having, like, already, like, manipulative stuff, like, why wouldn't they, like, check it again?
But, like, she was also painted as, like, the saintly person and a devoted mother. So I guess there's, like, both sides.
How did that even come to be? Like,
because, like, she was like, oh my god, my daughter is so sick, but I'm gonna stay by her side and I'm gonna help her. So the community was like, oh my god, amazing, congratulations. No.
Okay, that makes sense.
So I guess the doctors did have a reason to believe it, but I also think that, yeah, they should have ran some tests and made sure. So I feel like the, like, abuse is kind of hard to detect. But, like, nowadays it seems pretty easy to. But, like, I feel like she covered it up really, really well.
Yeah.
Why didn't they just check, like, the false histories?
Right.
Like, did they just not know? Like, what?
I mean, there's just a lot wrong with this story. Like, first of all, I feel like Dee Dee just should not have done that in the first place. Like,
yeah.
Honestly, like, what was her motive? Like...
I think it was just, like, gain attention. Because I think
with,
she
like,
just...
her own daughter? Like...
Yeah, she's so really sick and twisted.
Like, why wouldn't she just do it to herself or something? Like,
to herself?
Yeah.
Because she wouldn't get, like, the stuff.
Well, no, because they're just, like, outside of, like, her house or, like, outside of her private, like, life, she could just, like, pretend to be sick, but then...
Right.
Like, in her private life, she could just be like, oh, look, I have so much money, I can go buy whatever I want to.
Right, but, like, she does have a daughter. She just, like, had a daughter there, so she just used her.
Okay.
Also because she did have a lot of trauma in her, like, childhood. Yeah. So, basically, this story was basically, like, where, you know how medicine is supposed to help you? How it's supposed to heal someone? It's, like, supposed to heal your wounds and everything?
Yeah.
But, like, instead of being used to heal something, it became a weapon. And there were, like, blurred lines between the victim and the perpetrator. And it's also about the fragility of trust when the person meant to protect you becomes your abuser.
Yeah.
Like, when your mom, who's supposed to love you and supposed to adore you, becomes, like, the abuser and, like, someone bad in your life. But, like, you're taught that, like, oh, mothers are supposed to love you, so you just mistake it for love.
Right.
I'm pretty sure that's what Gypsy saw. Because, like, I'm also confused. I'm like, I know why she didn't speak out, because she'd probably be, like, punished by Dee Dee.
Yeah, like, if nothing happened and like, nobody, like, believed her, she would have to, like, go home, like, and then, like, know that, like, her mom would, like, punish her because she tried getting help.
And I'm pretty sure she did it, like, once or twice.
Oh.
obviously, but like,
Well, yeah, obviously she tried, but
honestly, it's just, what are your final thoughts on this case?
I personally think it was really not like stupid, but it's like I just don't understand why Dee Dee would have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like I just like my main like wonder is just like what was her motive? Like how could she possibly think that that was going to be a good idea?
It was like, I think her like, it was her like need for attention or like sympathy from like communities. Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah. And apparently her trial attorney said that, oh my god, her trial attorney was like, oh, people were constantly telling Dee Dee what a wonderful mother she was, and Dee Dee was getting all of this attention. I think it was just feeding into her, like, thinking, oh, this is actually, like, a great way to do this.
But, like, also, like, would people, like, not notice that she, like, randomly just, not, like, randomly, but, like, Gypsy just, like, popped up with another illness, and, like, it just, like, kept going on? Like, would they not, like, realize that it was kind of weird that just happened?
I feel like since it's, like, a sick child, you wouldn't be really surprised if they continued to deteriorate.
Like, assuming,
like, she was painted as a terminally ill
But if she's, like, a devoted mother and everything, and she's, like, always getting help for her, wouldn't that, like, not make her better, but stop her from having other illnesses, maybe?
I don't know, because, like, since she was painted as that, I think they just wouldn't suspect a thing, because they would just expect her to be, like, really, like, kind and loving to her, like, daughter, you know? Like, and she would want the best for him. And, like, Dee Dee did, like, abuse her own mother, too. Like, according to, like, relatives and stuff, Dee Dee had, like, a history of manipulative behavior.
Yeah.
And, Dee Dee may have caused the death of her own mother.
You can't really blame Gypsy for that, I'm kidding.
Because she was, like, she may have caused the death of her own mother, Emma Pittere, to starve to death, and also poisoned her stepmother with weed killer.
Oh.
Yeah. And she also had a history of, like, petty crimes, of, like, other minor offenses, such as writing bad checks. Honestly, I feel really bad for Gypsy, because, like, the insertion of a feeding tube, even when she, like, didn't have to,
Right.
was, like, because, like, that really hurts. And, like, honestly, it's really sad. And, like, if you see a picture of Dee Dee and Gypsy, they look like a loving mother and daughter. Which I think, like, adds to all this stuff. Okay. So, thank you everyone for joining us. This was Sick on Purpose, the case of Gypsy Rose. Case closed.